Hello YouTube. I'm here. It's Lisa here. I'm here to tell you about the review of the movie The Green Knight that came out into theaters in 2021. I actually found a place where I could watch it here, uh, online, and so I watched it. I wanted to give a review of it. Uh, so it's based off of the story of the a poem or book or whatever that was written by some anonymous writer in the medieval times. It's a Arthurian legend that's called Sir Godwin, Gwen and the Green Knight that was translated from its original language by J.R R. Tolkien, the guy who wrote the story of the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings novel. You know? So but this is a 2021 movie. There's been several movies about this story of Arthurian legend. So the movie starts off, from what I saw, was a medieval kind of village life or some kind of life there in like a city and a castle. And it opens up with Solgren, the son, or was it the nephew, or whatever, of King Arthur, and uh, what's her name? The lady, I forgot her name now, uh, but yeah, it opens up with Soul Granny as he's at like this girlfriend or whatever, his house there, and a level that he has there, yeah, or some brothel or whatever. No, his girlfriend, I guess, is yeah, local good time girl, good hooker there. Uh, so he's staying there, to make out, hanging with his girl, instead of, being at, the castle, maybe hanging out with the court ladies, because, this is a medieval film. And so, but eventually, Solgren has to go off to, go back to the castle to see his father, who eventually, knights him, turns him into a knight, uh, uh, so he ends up turning up to the castle there of King Arthur, and lady, was it Jane or whatever? I can't think of her name. Uh, Lady Elaine, I think it is, or whatever. Yeah. And so they have, so he's there, he's back at the castle at his uncle and his aunt there, and his muzzle, think of, name Paul, uh, ends up saying, "Hey, son, you're back. I mean, where were you? Like all good mothers would say about their son if he stumbled back smelling like booze there. Oh, son, where were you? You weren't here at the house. You snuck out. To not tell him up front. Hey, you snuck out. So so Gwen ends up telling his mother, oh, I was at mass that nighttime mass. And mother says, well, you smell like booze. Where were you? No, did you drink the whole chalice there? No, drink all the communion wine? No. And then she tells him, oh, I know where you hang out the brothel with that girl, that skank. No, of a woman. No, oh, you should hang around the proper ladies because you're a prince. So Gran eventually goes off after he's eventually, got his mother from, I guess, nagging at him those time, I guess. I guess that's pretty much what you could do, guy, maybe. Maybe something that you could train for if you're a prince. But this guy thinks he's a stud muffin. He thinks he's, macho. Like most teenage young guys are a piece of hormones and puberty. So he goes off to see his uncle, King Arthur, and King Arthur ends up knighting him to the ceremony of, I guess, make him a knight of the Round Table. And then King also tells everyone, hey, I want to hear a good story. Can anyone tell me a good story of the adventures and the deeds, heroic chivalry as knights here? I want to hear a really good story. So he puts that out as a contest of who can tell the best story. And then, but as this is going, Morgan, the mother, I guess, of King also, or is it not King also? It's a little sword Gwen though. Ends up she's casting a spell of some kind. It's mainly from a lot of YouTubers have said looks like something from like neo-pagan Wiccan based maybe even though Wicca was more from the before World War II, no, around 1920s or 30s by Alexander Golf, I think it is. Golf, whatever, I can't remember his last name. Name the founder of Wicca there. So yeah, this, maybe I guess if you thought of Wicca from like, Arthurian times. So pre-Christian, towards the end of, paganism, when Christianity and paganism in, England and Europe kind of coexisted, but didn't really. Uh, so she's casting this spell as the scenes are going, leading up to also to wanting someone to tell me the best story and putting out the contest there. Who can tell me, who's the knight that can tell me the best story of the heroic adventures? And the doors suddenly swing open. This large figure, dark figure, comes in through the doorway and says, I have a challenge for you, King also. And then King also says, okay, come over, who are you? The guys told him his name. And this large figure is holding what appears to be holly branches. Since this is around Christmas time. Big celebration. Back then, it wasn't about presents and a Christmas tree. It's just a big banquet, like, Festival of Fools lunch back in Notre Dame. That's what historians have considered Christmas was like back then. I think a lot of Christians would disagree with me, but no. Okay, wait. But yeah, that's so this guy comes over after he's handed over this olive branch though. And he says, no, I have a challenge, for you, King also. If you choose to strike, if you can take one blow and actually kill me, you'll get all the riches and the glory and stuff whatsoever. And so eventually King also says, I'll go do it, get out of the way, I'll do it, get the heck out of here, get lost. So Gwen ends up turns up and says, no, I'll do it for you, father. Because he's the macho, dingling. The young guy that's, thinks he's hot stuff, And he goes up to the Green Knight. And the Green Knight, hands him his large axe, his battle axe, which Gwen ends up cutting off his head. But he ends up, before telling Gwen this, before, Sword Gwen cuts off the Green Knight's head, is, that he will give him riches, glory, and power, over the whole kingdom, if he doesn't attack him. Oh. But, Sword Gwen says, no, it's fine, knows that as a knight, this is his chivalry duty, he has to cut off his head. So he cuts off the guy's head, but eventually the Green Knight picks up his head. And he says, no, next year, whole year has to pass, and on the New Year's Eve of that year, that coming up year, that, next New Year's Eve, after 4 years gone, you come to the Green Chapel, and I will pay back my blow. Because in the story and in the book, I guess, or in the movie here, never read the book, so in the movie, the Green Knight tells him, yeah, like, you get to strike me, but around a whole year, I get to now strike you. And knowing Silgrand's human, he's not going to come back alive, That's the end of him, So the Green Knight runs off, and then there's just laughing evilly, everyone's shocked and scared, and King Arthur decides, put the axe away, let's forget this, let's, just go on with our life, and then we'll do this thing. And so one whole year passes, now this year's going by. There's a scene of, like a little stage play or whatever of, the Silgrand heading the Green Knight, and this little painting of the Wheel of the Year. Actually, from the movie, the Green Knight is, from a lot of YouTubers' reviews, has been described as like a green man. And yeah, I guess they're trying to evoke the neo-pagan, pre-Christian, harmony of Christians and neo-pagans from coexisting peacefully and also in legend. Even some YouTubers have referred to how Merlin looks like a Celtic druid or like a shaman or whatever. And so yeah, that's looks pretty much different than your usual probably thought of Merlin. It would probably look maybe more like Gandalf the Grey or Gandalf the White from Lord of the Rings. And so eventually, King Arthur and Silgrand are sitting together, they're talking about, this upcoming thing that Silgrand has to go to Green Chapel to, get his head cut off. Now he cut off the Green Knight's head. So, they're all talking about this, and they decide, this is your duty as a knight, you have to do this no matter what. King also gives him his nice little pep talk before sending him on his way. And eventually, Silgrand tells his girlfriend, I'm going, I'm not gonna be here, not come back. And she says, well, I still wanna marry you. And so she decides, want to give him a little gift of a little bell. I guess she's like the court jester or whatever, or some kind of entertainer. And, so he goes on his way. And as he's leaving the city there, now of Camelot, from the wonderful, peaceful city of, I guess, Camelot from Arthurian Legend, he's walking through the forest, and he ends up walking across what looks like a battlefield of some kind. And there's this kid that wanders up to him, like I said, saw everyone dying, there's only one surviving. And he's saying Silgrand, oh, you look like a knight. And he's like, no, I'm not a knight. I'm not a knight. No, I'm just a average traveler, with a big, huge battle axe. But the boy's like, nah, get out of town. Like, you're a knight. You're obviously not. You can get food. You can get money. Yeah, totally. And, I'm gonna leave off here for part 2. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, like and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. You can be friends with me on Facebook and comment to me on Facebook. Heck, even leave a comment on YouTube. Donate to my Patreon account there. That's connected to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment on YouTube. Become a subscriber. Share this video with many of your friends so I can get more subscribers. So I can, become a monetized YouTube channel. And maybe get the, 100,000, subscriber plaque and become a YouTube influencer. Well, bye. Now,